Hey everyone, I am Ziamundus and this is Palworld Region Locked Challenge. There are 6 regions that I'm going to lock myself in, and I'm not going to be allowed to leave the region. These regions have one thing in common. They all have a tower boss. The goal is to defeat all regions' tower boss. I am going to do this one region at a time, and for each region I am going to make a brand new level 1 account. So can we do it? Let's try. The settings are the same as usual, with 0 incubation time and max work pals and bases. I'm again going to lower the player's stamina reduction, and this is just to swim to the region. Now let's talk about Feybreak. On Feybreak you can't get a visit from the wandering merchant. The merchant has been essential to these region locked videos because of the cake ingredients that you can buy from him. My original plan for this region was to not breed, but to turn up the XP rate and grind levels by killing alphas. I did try this at first, but I noticed that there were other problems. There is no coal in this region, and getting the normal ore is also very grindy, as there are no ore nodes here. That means I can't get a good weapon for the tower fight, and I also can't breed for pals with good passive skills. Bjorn and Bastegor has 500k health, and I don't want to spend weeks on this challenge just to fail at the end, because I can't do enough damage. So I decided to build a base and catch the merchant before I go to Feybreak. I can't bring a merchant with me through the global pal box, so this is the only way. After I've caught him, I'm gonna drop everything and now I can swim to Feybreak. The first thing I'm gonna do is to loot everything. I'm gonna loot chest and scrap for spheres and items that I can sell. I'm gonna loot the ore I find on the ground because I need a lot of it later. And I'm gonna loot all the eggs I find. The last region, Sakurajima, only had 36 eggs. Feybreak has over 500, so this is probably the easiest region to get to level 19 for the breeding farms. Let's build a temporary base just so I can put away some stuff. I'm gonna upgrade my base so I can get another one, and I'm gonna use the second one as a free teleport home. Whenever I get to heavy, I'm just gonna build a second base and bring the stuff back to the first base. I found a Meemog. Killing Meemogs has been the best way to level up early in these region lock challenges. This one takes me all the way to level 10, and the second one I found takes me to level 12. I can do this all the way to level 19, but I'm not gonna. Looking for eggs is better, because I need the pals for breeding later. To get the incubator, I need ancient technology points. I can get that by killing an alpha boss, and there's plenty of them in this region. I am gonna kill Warsec Terra for it, because Warsec Terra also drops honey, and this is the only way to get honey in this region. The strat is the same as usual. You use a campfire to kill it at nighttime. Unfortunately, I failed this climb and I'm not gonna make it there in time, so I have to wait another day. I'm gonna build a base close to Warsec Terra so I can get here quickly the next nighttime. I get seen by the Feybreak warriors, and for some reason I thought I could hide behind a pal box that wasn't fully built yet. Fortunately though, I can tele back to the pal box even though it isn't fully built yet. Alright, it's nighttime again. Let's kill Warsec Terra. And let's build the incubator. There's 22 different pals that you can get from the Feybreak eggs, and some of them are really good. We have Phalaris Aqua for the watering later, Prunelia, which has a great partner skill that will give us more crops when farming berries and wheat, Azurmane, that's gonna help with electricity, Splatterina, that has level 4 handiwork, and a partner skill that gives us more loot when butchering pals. I did try using this partner skill and it's absolutely terrible. It's like a 10% chance to get more loot. The most important pal though is Kitsunacht, which I didn't get, so I have to look for more eggs. The reason I need Kitsunacht is to get flame organs, to build the furnace and the cooking pot. Only Kitsunacht and Vamburn drops flame organs in this region, but they are above level 50 and I can't use the campfire on them. So the strat is to get Kitsunacht from an egg and then use that to open an elemental chest. There are only 3 different elemental chests, so it shouldn't be too hard to find a fire one. I'm gonna move my base over here. If you have watched Palworld Rates' videos, which I recommend, you'll know that he loves this spot, and I get it. It's very open and no pals spawn here, so it's a perfect spot. After getting a bit unlucky with the elemental chests, I found a fire one. Let's build the furnace and let's make some ingots. I'm gonna continue looking for more eggs, and I'm gonna kill Warsecteras for honey every time it gets dark. While looking for eggs, I found this spot where no pals spawn. I will use this for the breeding farms later. A supply drop, let's get that. I'm gonna lure the warriors away. And I should be safe.
Psych! Gotcha, bitch!
Level 19, I can now start breeding. I'm gonna buy some ingredients for the first few cakes. I'm using Kitsunacht for the cakes and it's really slow, so let's breed for Yormetide Ignis first. I'm gonna breed Nightmare with Splatterina to get Blaze Howl, Azurmane with Sylvegis to get Yormetide, and then Blaze Howl with Yormetide to get Yormetide Ignis. There are no berries in this region, so I need to breed for either Gumas or Liftmonk. Liftmonk is not possible to get in this region. I can breed Smokey with Foxbar Crest to get Kelpsy Ignis, and then that Kelpsy Ignis with a Ribani Butan to get Gumas. For the wheat seeds, I can breed Ribani Butan with Foxbar Crest to get Kelpsy, and then that Kelpsy with a Foxbar Crest to get Flopies. Let's build a base for the ranch pals so I can get milk and honey. For the milk, I can breed Dazinacht with a Nightmare to get Mozzarina, and for the honey, I can breed Foxbar Crest with a Fenglop Lux to get Bee Guards. Only thing missing now is egg from chickpeas. But as usual, I can't breed for those, so I'll need to buy the eggs. I have everything I need to make cakes. Now let's make things faster and more efficient by breeding for Lylines. To get Lylines, I need to breed Petalia with a Musanda. I can breed Loopmoon Crest with a Prunelia to get Petalia, and Starion with Gildane to get Musanda. I have a few pals with the Philanthropist passive skill, so I'm gonna use those to breed for more pals with Philanthropist on them. I'm almost ready to mass breed random pals. I just need one last pal, and that is Fanglope. I can get Fanglope by breeding Foxbar Crest with a Neaphia. I do need a bunch of money for the eggs, so Fanglope is going to make it easier to run around Feybreak and loot chests. Now let's breed for everything. I have reached level 57 and I'm gonna stop here. I have 140 pals and there's only 4 more pals I can get. Getting the last 4 pals is not going to give me a level, so there's no point in getting them. There's actually 43 pals that I can't get in this region. We are 3 levels below Bjorn and Bastugor, so we are going to need a good weapon. At level 57 you can make the advanced bow, which is very good, but also very expensive to make. The hex light is not really the problem here, but the gigantic furnace is. We need that to make the hex light, and it costs 150 plasteel. That's 750 crude oil. Some pals do drop crude oil, but it's a 50% chance to only get one. I'll have to make the crude oil extractor. That's not the only thing we need. I'm gonna need the production assembly line, the level 2 weapon assembly line, the electric furnace, and a bunch of power generators. This is going to cost around 4,000 ore. To get the ore, I'm gonna breed a bunch of Digtoises and butcher those. And I'm gonna run around the island and look for ore on the ground. The coal I can only get from butchering Menasting. They do give 10 per kill, so coal is not a problem. For the crude oil extractor, I need pal metal ingots. Instead of spending 1,000 ore on that, I'm gonna butcher Astegons. Astegons will also give me pure quartz, and we need those for the circuit boards. Getting the crude oil is really slow. I am gonna butcher some Kikits to make it faster. But I am going to wait with that until I get 150 crude oil. I need 30 plasteel to make the PAL disassembly conveyor. This will help a lot. It's not a waste of plasteel as I can just break it and get the plasteel back later. While I'm waiting for the Kikit and Dictois eggs, I can start getting the Hexlite quartz and chromite. I don't want to waste materials on the metal detector, so let's make Smokey's harness. There's plenty of Hexlite nodes here, and the chromite is easy to farm. Let's get the last bit of crude oil and let's get the plasteel back from the disassembly conveyor. I can now make the gigantic furnace. I did butcher 600 Kikits and 1200 Dictoises for this bow, so it better be worth it. Now I just need some nice star sand and then we can make the bow. We got our weapon. Now let's get a Mammer's Curry for more attack power and 5 Vanguard Gobfins. I am ready for the final fight. Now let's bring peace to Feybreak. we have completed all the regions. I'm still waiting for the new update announcement with the new island or islands. I am of course going to try the region lock challenge on that if it's possible. I also want to try a region lock challenge without breeding in the future, but I'm probably going to wait with that one. These region locked videos have gotten a lot of love from you guys, and I appreciate that very much. So thank you for watching this, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.